Hello Internet, it's only me, Anthony Melia, the creator of Simland. I'm also going to be doing a new series called Anthony's Kitchen, where I'll be showcasing a few of my favourite dishes to prepare and showing you mainly how to do it. Now, coming up on today's episode is one of my favourite meals, twice cooked fall apart pork. Oh, really nice, succulent, tender meat, just falls away from any bone, served with rice, spring onions and chilli. For this, you will need about 1.5 kilos of pork belly, which is the best tasting pork you will find. 10 spring onions, 1 large chilli, 2 thumb-sized pieces of ginger, 6 star anise, 6 tablespoons of honey, a bottle of light soy, a carton of apple juice, and 1 large high-sided pan filled, quarter of the way up with hot water on a medium heat. Now, you're going to have your pan of water bubbling away quite nicely, quite slowly, while you prepare all the other stuff that's to go in it to flavour the water to help boil this pork. First thing you need to do is get yourself some spring onions and you just bash them. You don't have to cut them, you just bash them, just to loosen it up and get the flavour into that water and then into the meat. Also, skin some nice thumb-sized pieces of ginger. As you can see, I'm a little bit of... It can be quite awkward using a cleaver to peel ginger, but still, it's what I use. Okie dokie, get rid of them parts there. There we go. 2 thumb-sized pieces of ginger there. And also, if you noticed, something else was chopped prior to recording, which is here. That's the garlic. Just a couple of cloves of garlic, just chopped up. It's mainly a thing that I like to do for personal taste. So first off in is the garlic, and the 2 thumb-sized pieces of ginger. And then after you've bashed these spring onions, just cut them in half, and then just chuck them in like that. There we go. Now that's the water, nicely flavoured, mostly. There's a few things left to go in it, but at the minute that'll do. Now, the next thing you want to do, for the proper Chinese recipe you'd use something called Shaoxing rice wine, but apple juice will do just as good a job. Plus it also goes well with pork. There we go, just put... It's about 50 millilitres of apple juice in, followed by about 6 star anise. Which I really do like this stuff. It's got a lovely aniseedy smell to it, but you don't worry, you won't be just eating aniseedy pork. Right, and here you can see a lovely piece of pork belly with its ribs intact. You just squeeze that in. If you do have a little bit of trouble getting the meat to be fully submerged, then just get a spoon and help press it down a little bit. Make sure it's covered though with water. If not, just top it up with a little extra. There we go. As you can see, the meat is fully covered, and then all you have to do is pop on the lid and leave it for about 1.5 to 2 hours, maybe a little bit more depending on the size of the meat. Before you leave it though, do uncover it and just chuck in a little bit of light soy. This just adds a little bit of saltiness to the actual meal. It's the only reason why anyone would really use light soy. Keep it on a medium heat, and then you can go away and make the sticky glaze using soy, honey, and again, personal preference, some garlic. Now, you use a brush to spread it and a bowl to obviously mix it up in. But first things first, I'm going to chop some garlic. There we go. Chop, 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 chop. And I like to make this garlic really quite small as you can possibly make it, because obviously this is going to be part of the glaze, and you don't want large chunks of garlic with your pork. So just nice and fine. As you can see, I've just normally sliced it, and here I'm going to do something called cross slicing, which is safe and very easy to do. Anyone could do this. Don't need really good knife skills at all to be able to do this. There we go, just make sure you get it all up There we go. That's the garlic prepared. Now that goes in to my bowl, like so. And then you need to add your 6 tablespoons of honey. I need to get this freaking cap off. I do apologise, guys. I did buy this brand new today and I forgot to take the plastic cap from underneath that seals it. There we go, off. There we go, and that's all done. Right, as I was saying, 6 tablespoons of honey. Just pour it right in on top of the garlic. There we go. That's it there. Now for this you'd need, it equates to about 2 tablespoons worth of soy sauce. It really is, it's a matter of taste. You can mix it up and give it a try and see what you think. It's quite odd, it's a sweet flavour, but obviously the soy has got some salt in it, so it's also sweet and savoury. For those of you who are Doctor Who fans, then yes, this should be right up your street. Fish fingers and custard, sweet and savoury. Oh, I do apologise, guys. Anyway, now that that's all mixed nice and evenly, just dash of salt, just that's the flavours ever so slightly, and then there we go, that's done. Now to concentrate on the seasoning, you need to slice, it's about half a whole chilli. Make sure you do take the seeds out though. There is a nice and easy way of just taking the seeds out, and you really don't want them because it would make it too spicy. There we go. And here you can see I'm chopping up some more spring onions. This is just the seasoning. It'll all go over the top of the finished meal. Start off with the white part fairly nicely chopped, like fairly smally, and then yeah, graduate it to bigger pieces when you get towards the greener end. There we go, that's them done. And now I just need to move on to more spring onions and green chilli. Alright, take your cleaver, just everything up against the blade first, get it all nice and neat, and then just slice. Don't go too mad, don't go losing your fingers, guys, because this is not good. And if you are a child cooking this with your mum, then I would suggest you get her to do this part. Anyway, moving on to the green chilli. As you can see, I took the seeds of this out earlier. There they are, nice and in one place. And you just slice this quite finely. There we go. And then that's ready to be added to the rest. And then that's pretty much all the components of this meal made while your pork is cooking. There we go, as you can see I've got all my spring onion and chilli, and you just mix it up on a plate. There we go. About 2 hours after you started boiling, the meat should be taken out of the pan. Take the fat off, it shouldn't be too easy, it practically falls away anyway, and place it on a baking tray with some greaseproof paper, and then just start lavishing all that lovely sweet honey soy glaze with its garlic all over it. Get it everywhere, absolutely every single crevice, get it on there. But even if it doesn't stay on the meat, it will pool, it'll caramelize at the bottom of the tray, and then when it comes to turning it over, you can just baste it and it'll look absolutely gorgeous. It really will. Just finish it off, just pour the rest on. There we go. And that's it. So that'll go back into the oven. Well, say back into the oven. That'll go into the oven at about 215 degrees C for about 20 to 25 minutes. After about 10-15 minutes though, you will want to take it out, baste it, and then turn it over. So it's baste and rotate after about 10-15 minutes, or when it's nice and brown. It's up to you. I'm using a fan assisted oven, so It takes about 15 minutes for me. And then yeah, just spoon all that lovely stuff. Because not only is there honey and soy sauce there, but there's also the juices that have come out of the pork while it's been settling. So yeah, get all that lovely flavour on there with a big spoon. There we go. And then back into the oven for the last 15-20 minutes. While this is happening, you can do your rice. I used an Uncle Ben's rice, which basically just needed a couple of tablespoons of water in the pan with the rice broken up, and then a couple of minutes later it's all done. If you are making rice yourself from scratch, then just use 1 cup of rice right up to the top, flatten it off so that every part of that cup is filled. So you have that with rice and then the exact same amount with water, and cook for about 10 minutes or until the water's disappeared below the surface. Mix up with a fork and then it's done. So yeah, after all that's done, you just serve and enjoy your twice cooked fall apart pork. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share and subscribe for a lot more meals from me. Plus there's also my Sims collection, which if you are interested, please do give a look at that and leave comments below. Other than that, guys, I will take my leave and I will thank you for coming, and until next time guys, ciao for now.